All right, everybody, what's up? I am back again with another review. This is the Bay Area's only toy reviewer, Carl, and I am here today to review The Dark Knight Returns Superman. I'm not even gonna get into it because you guys know who this is. So I'm not even gonna explain it to you. Okay. I picked this guy up, and once again, I'm not a Superman guy, and it seems like I'm so anti-establishment, but that's not what it is. That's just not what it is. Because what it is really is that I see all these other characters, and I gravitate more towards them than I do like the main heroes, because it's easy to like them. But it's more difficult to go out of your way to find heroes that really relate to you more so than like the main guys. But all that aside, I'm not even going to explain to you his powers. I'm not going to explain to you his origin. I'm not going to do any of that because all of you guys know who this is. Every single person watching this video, or the ones that aren't, should know who this dude is. Much like my Batman review, speaking aesthetically, they nailed this guy. They nailed this guy to a T. It is like they pulled him right out of the comic book and put him into my damn hand to play with. Let's get into the articulation. Now, his head goes around 360, and I'll be talking about details as I go along. I like this. I like his hair. I like they got the S curl. It's straight out of the comic book. I really appreciate that. They could have gotten this real wrong. They could have did a deal where they just molded it to his head, molded it to his forehead, just painted it and just called it a day. But they took the time to actually mold it out and make it protrude out. They could have got this real wrong, real easy, but they didn't. The hair looks good. Oh, I see what they did there. It's a separate piece. Okay. So that's why they didn't get it wrong. So it's the head mold. This is molded to the face, and then they added on this additional piece, which is, I see. Good job, DC. Good job. Now, moving down to his jaw here, I cannot complain about this. I cannot complain not one iota about the aesthetics of this figure because this is how he's supposed to look. He is, in this carnation, the embodiment of an American hero if you've ever seen one. This man is John Cena. He's John Cena. Moving down the figure, his arm does go around 360, and it's not hindered by the cape, and we will talk about that. He has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that gets you out to about there, up to about there. He does have a wrist swivel. Get my hands out of the way. He does have an abdominal hinge that gets you back to about there and up to about there, which is okay, which is pretty nice. You know, it does work for when he's flying, so it does work. It does work the way it's supposed to. Head articulation, as far as going back to that, his head does go down considerably. Well, let me not cheat it. Goes down considerably. Then it goes up, but not that much. So it sort of breaks up the continuity. Sort of breaks up the aesthetic look of him flying. But if you do toy photography and if you get the angle right, you can make it work. Moving down, he does have a waist swivel to get you around 360. It does go around 360, but when you turn him, it does destroy I keep wanting to say continuity. It's not continuity. It destroys the integrity of the sculpt, which is fine. Now, they did the same thing here that they did with the Batman figure, and that's they put the trunks over the thigh hinge, or over the thigh swivel, which makes it look seamless. And to me, that is a great idea. And I think that they should employ that with any other characters that do have trunks like these. They're probably not going to, but I think that's just a great idea. It hides the hinge, makes it look seamless. It does go out to about there. Get those side kicks, get those Chun-Lis. She has a single jointed knee. He adds a hinge that gets you out to about there for the super kick. That super kick. Get you back to about there, which is not very much. He also has a ankle tilt that gets you back to about there, which is really nice for simulated flight. And then he has it that goes up to an extreme degree. He also has a foreleg swivel. He has a thigh swivel too. Now the cape. Oh, before we continue, this guy looks great. This is not blue paint. This is blue plastic, which works out perfectly, so you don't have to worry about the figure getting scuffed up or the paint coming off or chipping or anything like that, because it's not paint. It's blue plastic. Like this yellow here is paint. This is painted on. Oh, no, it's on the back. Huh. This is red plastic. This is blue plastic. This is like a skin tone plastic. His face is it's all just whatever color plastic it is, that's what's there, if that makes any sense. I think that the symbol on his chest looks really good, except for like right there, it gets a little wonky right there. And if you look at the S, then you look at that, you can see the error right there. And another thing that I really like that they did too was they didn't put the tip of the S right here, because that would have been a real easy mistake to do. They took it and they moved it up off the hinge, so that way the S stays intact no matter which way you put him forward or back. Now going into the cape, it's a soft plastic, and in my opinion it works better than the nothing in the back. In my opinion, it works better than the Batman cape, because the Batman cape is solid like a rock, but this isn't. But this is also shorter, because the cape is also shorter because it's Superman. So the cape works out really, really good. It's a really, really soft plastic. You can move it out of the way easily. Doesn't stay out of the way, but you can move it out of the way really, really easily. The only gripe that I really have is that the cape is connected to this back port right here, which goes right into his damn back. Right into his damn back. So even if I wanted to take the cape off, which I won't, but even if I wanted to, I have this gaping hole in the back here. I'll have this gaping square peg in the back where his cape should go. It gets a little sketchy right along here, but that is something that I could easily overlook. His eyes are blue, but I think they're painted well. They have the eyelash line right up on top, right there. The eyes are painted. The eyebrows look good. Aesthetically, this guy is, he's the closest thing to a Dark Knight Returns Superman that you're gonna get from any sort of affordable standpoint that's not a statue. I think this dude looks absolutely fantastic. And if you are a Superman fan, more importantly, if you are a Superman fan from The Dark Knight Returns, then you will like this guy. You will like this figure. He doesn't really have a lot going on as far as articulation, but you can get him into some poses, but he doesn't really have a lot going on as far as articulation. And in my opinion, I can deal with that. Woo. In my opinion, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely fine with that, because I have a figure that looks good. He looks the way he's supposed to. They didn't take any creative liberties and try to change him or make him look different and then try to market it to you as this guy, as the guy from The Dark Knight Returns. And as I've said before, I believe that the whole mold here is from the He-Man line from Mattel, one of the He-Man body sculpts, and they just changed it aesthetically, obviously. But I highly recommend this guy. I do. I do. If you're a Superman fan, yeah. If you're a Dark Knight Returns fan, yeah. Get them both. Have them fight. There was another point I was gonna make, but I can't remember it right now. Ah, well. Until next time, this is the Bay Area's only toy reviewer, Carl, and I'll see you next time.